one of the things I'm not great at is anything to do with numbers, so I don't understand compound interest terribly well. But I think the idea essentially runs that compound interest is not just the interest on the original sum of money you had, but interest on the interest. So it's sort of this. I guess what I'm probably trying to ultimately get at is to use this as an analogy for some sort of snowball effect where things get easier and more effective, more effective or efficient. I mentioned at the start this idea that if we did nothing but capture everything important in an inbox and then eventually go, remind me later today or tomorrow or next week or next month or whatever, that we're probably sort of halfway there. And I think that's a really good point, that even a simplified system, like some of the videos showed, can just help hugely. So even half using the system would have a significant benefit. What's much more beneficial again is using the whole system and then figuring out the place of deep work in that, and then figuring out how to work well with others and changing the culture of how people communicate. Every change you make to the overall system makes your experience of using it so much better. So I suspect that for some of you, you're going to get it and go, oh, this is fantastic, and run with it. My experience of teaching this class for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now tells me anything, is it's usually the people who need this system the least that just latch onto and go, I get this, and just run with it and implement it fully in their lives. I've had several people come back and sort of say, I was a bit aggravated that I had to do this class because I was already pretty good at this, but I'm so glad I did because it's just made me that much better. Sadly, people who really struggle in the area of getting things done, of being punctual, reliable, are the people who struggle to implement this the most and perhaps walk away least changed, which is obviously really sad. So, yeah, each part of what I'm offering here in the Getting Things Done methodology, from to-do list and calendar to the email and messaging, to figuring out margins, to understanding where the first things first of important stuff and the day-to-day actions cross over and how they relate to each other, understanding the value of stress-free productivity and being present in ministry, especially some of the little life hacks around Pomodoro techniques or timers of other sorts, learning to manage your energy and not your time, all the different things we've covered. You're not going to adopt them all immediately and just go, oh my goodness, this is perfect. It is a system that probably requires some building. The other thing you can expect is if your context significantly changes, so you go from being a full-time student to part-time, or not studying anymore but working full-time, that's a very different way of operating, and you can expect that you'll have a bit of work to do in setting up your GTD system again. But I do hope most of this has been really helpful and empowers you to be better at getting things done and just have a better experience of life yourself.